appetit. The purpose live, it's time to feast with BLT icon, bringing you the heat. Static on the dial and the crackle in the air, feeling like a rebel.
He was him. He is him.
Was him. He was him.
On the world of bowling and nachos, he was him.
Absolutely. Well, speaking of that guy or those guys, you're looking at hymns. Wait, hymns is for erectile dysfunction. You are looking at
I'm just
three guys.
sponsored by them.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. This is the BRP podcast, not sponsored by Hims, although we probably could use it. Anyway, we are him. We are the BRP podcast, guys. Missed ya. It's been a busy week. It's been a busy week in our favorite WNBA. It's been a busy week, as we all know, in the NFL. And that's where we're going to spend a lot of our time is the NFL. And there's a little bit of MLB news if we get to it. But first and foremost, guys, got to ask the question, what are we drinking? Luca, let's start with you. What are you drinking today?
Going with a little Cerveza Pacifico. Just wanted to hit towards my Mexican roots.
Okay.
Those roots being my wife.
I was going to say, you should expand on that a little bit. I think you're like a transplant.
Yeah.
There,
yeah. You know, like in proxy, that whole thing, like in lieu of another person, on behalf of others, you know, just like Philly's caring on behalf of others. I'll tell you how I feel about you and yourself.
All right.
I am now. Cerveza.
Okay. Cerveza. Bildo, what are you drinking today?
This is a very long-winded just to say you're drinking beer, but I have water.
The water.
And a big old Stanley. I'm going to the Brewers game tomorrow, so I am going to be doing my fill of drinking and flip cup and a bunch of other fun stuff. So gotta save my liver.
Very cool. Hey, you know what? The Brewers have clinched. Actually, looking at the score right now, we're up like 4 or 5-0 on the Angels right now as of this taping. So have fun at the Brewers game with that playoff atmosphere. It's going to be wild. So speaking of wild, I'm taking a break from the Hulk Hogan beer today, and I'm going back to the Sam Adams Light. American Light. Sorry, Sam Adams American Light. So you know what?
Nice.
Boys, cheers to
fun
you.
Fact.
Cheers to
Yeah, fun fact. 2 of every 3 burp hosts aren't pussies. Wonderful.
Jesus. Well, okay, that's a great segue. Speaking of, I'm not going to say it. We do need to talk about something, though, and it's Angel Reese. This is going to be our weekly rip on Angel Reese part. Have you guys heard that her shoe, she had a shoe at, what was it, with Nike, completely flopped? I don't know if you guys heard that yet. Was it Reebok? Oh yeah, it is a Reebok deal. It says here though that the sales were under 250 pairs of shoes for Angel Reese. I'm gonna just hide this for just a second so we can see that. So they reportedly lost $15 million on the collaboration with Angel Reese. What are your guys' thoughts, Billy? You got to give me your insight on this one. What's going on with Reebok and Angel Reese there?
I'm not surprised that Sid the Sloth's shoe flopped. Ugly shoe, hideous shoe for a horrible person. So, not surprised.
Oh, jeez.
Ouch.
She's not a nice person.
Okay. Though that's a fair take. You know what? They're words. Shouldn't hurt you. Luca, what about you? What do you got?
And I quote, "These shoes will be talked about like how you talk about Jordans. I am her." Well,
we're talking about them.
I think the jury's out on this one. Those shoes look like something my grandma would wear as she's going to go out for a little jog. What are those Oasis ones or whatever? Or Osiris, whatever type of shoes those are.
They look like Walmart shoes, honestly.
Yeah.
Something that you're going to find at the $5-10, shelf at Walmart.
Honestly. Yeah, there needed to be more into the shoe for looks. I'm all about everybody making awesome shoes. I don't care who the player is, as long as the shoe looks awesome. These don't do it. I don't even think these do it for anybody. And I think the 250 pairs that went were probably ones that she gave away.
Yeah, that could be. I mean, so, okay, like Billy, give me your thoughts on if you were a business and you just lost $15 million on a collaboration on shoes. What's the first thing you're doing? Like, how do you recover from that? What are your thoughts?
Well, I know I wouldn't be going in that same direction. I would be pivoting and I'd be terminating that deal and scrambling to find someone else that can actually sell shoes.
Fair. I mean, at what point you've already lost the money, you're not going to make it back. That you just all you can do is chalk it up to a loss, right? Luca, anything you got to add to that?
I mean, I don't think it's necessarily the person. It's all in the style and how outrageous it could be. I mean, look at Yeezys. Everybody wanted those for the longest time, but they're like, "Whoa, not Kanye," but the shoes are pretty sick. So, I mean, just a really bad design.
Yeah, I'm okay. That's those are fair takes, fellas. Didn't mean to. Okay, we did mean to pick on Angel Reese a little bit, but she brought it on herself, I think. But one of those things, yeah, you almost feel bad that, I mean, 250 pairs of shoes for someone who thinks she's so great. And there's so many, all these humbling things are not getting through. So here we are to humble you. So, and as you can see on the bottom line, her eyes are drifting further apart. On that note, we're going to go ahead and unless you guys have something you want to add here, let me know. But I think we're going to move on to the king of the weekend, which we all know, NFL is king. We did have an episode about that, talking about why. And again, the NFL took over. I mean, there's been so much to talk about. You know, it's been started off on Thursday, Packers beating the Commanders. We had a whole bunch of stuff going on. Some surprise 0-2 teams that we're going to talk about. A bunch of 2-0 teams, which I think some of us we expected. Some of them we did not. A bunch of quarterback injuries. That we're going to hopefully get to that. And who has been signed as of today to replace a oft-injured Joe Burrow. I'm actually going to start on that topic before we get going into some of these other things. Joe Burrow, we talked about him last week, and we got some heat online actually from the whole Jared Goff, Joe Burrow thing. That was actually great to see that, and some great points made by some people online. But now we got to talk about Joe Burrow, and we got to talk about, is he in fact unlucky, or is he injury prone? And now we can compare that to some other quarterbacks like a Kyler Murray, who we call just injury prone. Is Joe Burrow in the injury prone or unlucky category? And is it just because Joe Burrow is so good, we give him that leeway? I want to start with you, Billy. What are your thoughts on Joe Burrow being oft injured, injury prone versus unlucky? What are your thoughts there?
What number is Joe Burrow again?
Number 9.
And that's how many toes he has that works. He
yes.
is unlucky / injury prone. I've been on the record before saying I'm a Joe Burrow fan. He was my MVP last year. I think he's just unlucky, but he has no offensive line. There's how many fat guys in the world right now, and they can't find enough of them to block for the fucking guy. He has no help. He's getting murdered back there. So I think it's more just unlucky because he has no goddamn protection.
Okay. Luca, add to that. What are your thoughts? Oft injured and injury prone versus just an unlucky guy. What are your thoughts on Joe Burrow?
Fun fact, Joe Burrow has it worse off than Andrew Luck. He's been sacked more. He's been hurried just as much. It hasn't been good for him. His offensive line stats are worse than the Indianapolis Colts of when Andrew Luck was there. And, you know, this past week was tough for us. I really feel like, oh no, I can't share anything.
Luca had something to share, everybody.
Oh wait, hold on. I hit the wrong button.
Oh, Luca and technology. Here we go.
Oh, that's right. Luca is our in-house boomer, everybody. So enjoy this.
I just really feel like we need to have a moment of silence. This has been a really rough week, America. So I'm going to post this up here. Let's have a moment of silence. for none other than.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Oh, you have to let me share it, big guy. Moment of
Rest
silence for
in
Joe
peace,
Burrow's toe.
Oh, dang. That's crazy, y'all. That is crazy.
Good old turf toe.
Too soon?
And he is super unlucky. I want to say injury prone, but you look at his injuries. Turf toe. I mean, come on, man. 3 months for turf toe. Who did you hurt in the past
Bro,
life?
he tore his ligaments. He tore ligaments. Got to get him fixed.
Is that really his toe?
Really? I saw turf toe.
That can't be his toe. It is
can't
turf
be
toe,
his
yes.
toe.
But yeah, no, he did tear ligaments from his toe to his thing. Yeah, they're torn. Yeah.
I couldn't look at that thing anymore. But yeah, either way, the guy gets a short end of the stick, and it's what Billy said. Horrible offensive line. Poor guy. I want to say he's injury prone too, just because he does keep getting hurt. But this one you can't put on him.
Okay. Well, I'm going to pivot real quick. I want to see what you guys think about this. This is kind of new. It's been coming out. What do you think about this? The Bengals have been this is a mock trade, but it's also come out that they did reach out to the Packers about Malik Willis. Would you take a second-round pick at this point in the season for a Malik Willis? What are your thoughts, Billy?
Man, no. I like Malik Willis. I think but the thing is, I do think he can and should be a starter somewhere in the NFL. I think he has more talent than a backup. But selfishly, I want him on the Packers.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll just add to that real quick. I do believe also that I would not let Malik Willis go at this point in the season. We're going into week 3. If any were to happen to Jordan Love, we do know that we can get a good, say Jordan's out for like 6-7 weeks. 6-7 weeks, right? Thank you. He's going to win 4 or 5 of those games, most likely. So I would definitely not want to lose Malik Willis here. Billy, I agree with you. Now, Luca, what are you thinking here? What would you take a second round pick from Malik Willis at this point in the season?
As a Packer fan, no, because like Billy said, that's such a great guy to have on your bench. On the flip side, I'm looking at it as a GM. Got my GM cap on. And you're going to give us a second-round pick for a backup quarterback? Get out of here. All day I'd take that. And considering how there's other players that you trade for like a 6th-round pick. The Romeo Dobbs mock trade that they had up a while ago. What was that? A 6th-round or a 7th-round pick? And you're going to get a 2nd-round pick for a backup quarterback who could potentially be a starting quarterback? I mean, why not, man?
Right.
If it was really proposed for a 2nd-round pick, I think Goody's dumb enough to take it.
All right. Hey, you just brought up a name there, and I got to bring this up real quick because, Billy, you shared this with us offline, and I love this. You brought up Romeo Dobbs. This was from someone named Karen McGee. Jordan Love. Which receiver should I throw to? And here's Romeo Dobbs in his Guardian cap. And that thing is so damn big. It's so damn big. It's crazy. Anyway, had to have a little fun with this. Billy, thank you for sharing. Karen McGee, that was hilarious.
Hey, I'll add one thing.
Yeah.
That person wearing that big old Packers helmet is way more better looking than Romeo Dobbs.
Oh, that's harsh.
Man.
You see the little mock-up of what they did for the Guardian cap built into the helmet?
I have not.
I saw a Vikings one of it, and it actually looks pretty badass. If they wanted to make it look more appealing, that was definitely it. If they could somehow make that into that helmet, that would be awesome. But you know what? As long as we don't have scrambled brains all over the place with Dobbs, I don't care how he looks, man. As long as he's on the field and he's not hurt, he's not CTE'd, he's not writing stuff on the interweb that's outrageous and messed up. Who cares?
You know what I will say, and I love this about Romeo Dobbs, is that last year we knew he was having some mental health struggles. And, he was very just quiet in his celebrations. You could see the teammates trying to rally around him. This year, though, he is celebrating. Like he is actually super, super happy. And you know what? That's all we can hope to see is that the guy's happy. I hope he is happy. He looks happy, and it's very refreshing to see that. Romeo Dobbs has been an excellent receiver, and I think he's going to continue to get better, especially now if he can truly be happy. So just a quick note on Romeo Dobbs. So, Billy, thank you for sharing that. I laughed so hard when I saw that.
Can we get a DJ Moore or Guardian bodysuit for those balls that keep getting thrown out there? My
DJ
goodness.
Moore's going to die. DJ Moore's going to die. Okay, so I need to work since we're on quarterbacks here. I got to share this one with you guys too. I'm full of pictures today. I hope you guys don't mind. Daniel Jones, holy cow! Can we talk about like 2-game career turnaround? And look at this. Have you guys seen this? His nickname is now Indiana Jones. Man, I agree with whoever posted this. I hate how cold that nickname is because that is cold. Indiana Jones, not fair for Daniel. Come on. So, but no, what a 2-game turnaround for Daniel Jones. It's like all you had to do was leave New York, right? You look at Saquon leaving, 2,000 yards. Daniel Jones leaves, 2 great games. Now, again, we're going on 2 games here. But anyway, the Colts are 2-0. Who would have thought that?
Wait,
So,
who did they play week 1?
I don't even know. I forget.
I believe it was a playoff team. Who did they play in week 2? I believe it was a playoff team.
Yeah,
So,
they're beating playoff teams.
If you're doing that good to start the year, wow.
Right? Like, hey, again, that is a cold nickname for that guy. If he does great, he does great. But Indiana Jones, it fits perfect. Indianapolis, love it. So, okay, let's get to some. Oh, sorry. Let's get to someone I know that Billy really likes here. Okay.
Oh boy.
I think you're looking forward to this. You've talked about him on the podcast before. He's on the bottom line. Oh, he's still a bitch, is what you said.
Still a bitch.
Still a bitch. That's your buddy, Billy.
His face is a little less punchable now that he has some facial hair covering it up.
And you can tell he kind of like thinned the cheeks a little bit.
Yeah,
and a little less douchey looking, I think. So anyway, that's your buddy. So had to share with you.
Real quick correction. They played the Dolphins, who should have been a playoff team week 1. And then I'm going to say Mason Rudolph goes from fat Ben to skinny douchey Ben. I don't know why, but he looks a lot like Ben, one of our extra friends. He's a special extra friend.
Okay.
Yeah, he can't say it on air, but
sure,
he's a special guy.
All right. Well, we're busy on quarterbacks right now, and I think that's the theme of what week 2 was. We did have some quarterbacks go down as well. We talked about Joe Burrow already. JJ McCarthy went down. You got Carson Wentz starting in replace. So for Joe Burrow, right now you got Jake Browning starting in place for him. And there were some other quarterback injuries around the league over the weekend. I can't remember exactly who all went down. There's a lot, though. So what we should do, though, is we should talk about quarterbacks who are still awake, still up, not down.
Hold on. I got one. I think not injured, but Joe Flacco, and in came Dylan Gabriel. I was talking about that this weekend.
Okay.
And the guy just marches straight down the field and throws for a touchdown. I mean, something's got to be said about Joe Flacco getting taken out of the game late after a couple really dumb mistakes in front of his old team that he took to a Super Bowl. And then Dylan Gabriel comes in and throws some dimes, and all of a sudden they're relevant. I mean, does Joe Flacco now go to the bench because of that?
No.
Right? I don't know.
You also had Jaden Daniels. You had Justin Fields go out with a concussion. Brock Purdy was out, and you had good old Mac Jones come in and get the dub for the
That's right.
for the Niners.
Mac Jones looked good.
He looked good.
Mac Jones did look good. Chase Daniels is up. Not Chase Daniels. Jaden Daniels is out.
Is he now?
Yeah, he's going to be out this week, so there's another one. A lot. We're only week 2 into this, and we got a lot of backups that are starting already.
Well,
So
then if you want to go in the quarterbacks or want to go outside of quarterbacks, you had Austin Eckler who popped his Achilles.
yeah,
Yeah,
you're
you
right.
knew it right away.
Oh yeah,
This,
That
yeah,
was bad.
yeah, you
You
can
knew it.
see that real quick.
Is Jaden Daniels going to be the new RG3?
don't
Oh,
say that. Don't
yeah.
say that. For 2 reasons. One, fuck you, because I had RG3 on my fantasy football team, and that cursed me.
Oh,
man.
And 2, the poor guy does not deserve that because Jaden Daniels is a good dude. He's really good. He turned that mediocre Commanders
Yeah.
franchise around and brought them the relevance, but got them to the NFC Championship game last
Yeah.
year?
Yep, NFC Championship
In a
game
rookie
his
year?
Yep,
Did he win Rookie of the Year?
I believe so.
I think so, yeah.
So, man, to go down the RG3 route, like you said, would be so sad.
Yeah, that really would be. And I think so. Right, they brought in RG3 with an already basically torn ACL, and he just kept playing, and
Mhm.
finally just gave out, and he was never the same after that. Hopefully, Jaden Daniels, this is just a sprain I think he's got in his knee. Hopefully, he takes the time and gets right because he does have a very good, long, lengthy career ahead of him. So, unlike the 2 that I'm going to bring up, or at least 1 that I'm going to bring up right now, it is some of our favorite guys. Ready for this one? We've talked about him in the past too. But I want to talk about Mitch Trubisky versus Caleb Williams, you guys. So let's take a look. So Caleb Williams was the first overall pick. Mitch Trubisky went number 2. Okay. Well, let's take a look at their first 18 starts. So looking at passing yards, it's Trubisky. Touchdowns, Trubisky. The rating is with Caleb Williams. Completion percentages with Caleb, but the record is Mitch Trubisky. Now, mind you, neither of these are good, 7-11, 5-13. But this is totally bypassing the whole Justin Fields era, too. Is Caleb just as bad as Mitch Trubisky? You got to ask that question now. If you're looking at the stats, you would almost say that Mitch Trubisky is better than Caleb Williams. And Mitch Trubisky, during his first 18 starts, was beloved by Packers fans. Caleb Williams, not so much yet, but I don't know. Billy, what are your thoughts? If you look at their first 18 starts, what do you see here? I mean, I just see personally 2 mediocre, high drafted quarterbacks that just is it the organization or is it the quarterbacks?
Man, it's hard because stats don't lie, I feel, but a part of me just wants to blame the organization. The Bears are just bad. And even Justin Fields has showed a little glimmer of hope when he was on the Steelers, now on the Jets. He had a good week 1, still took the L, but he had a good week where you saw glimpses of like former college glory. It's just, man, I don't like Caleb Williams. I mean, I'll just put that out there, but I don't want to like just say he sucks and isn't cutting it in the NFL. The stats don't look good, man. I mean, Ben Johnson, I guess it hasn't been the answer, but it's only been 2 weeks. Come on.
Right.
But
We're 2 weeks into it. You're right.
yeah.
Right.
I mean, give him some time, get some player coach chemistry. But then again, all the videos that surfaced online of him trying to do that throwing drill and he couldn't hit a single hole. So I don't know. Time will tell.
Okay. Luca, what are your thoughts on this?
You can't disrespect any quarterback that throws 20 touchdowns and 3 interceptions in their rookie year. But you watch him, it's only because of the people around him that he was able to get those stats. They weren't truly all his stats. And looking at it this year, my goodness, man, like you got an offensive line. Be patient. Just have some pocket presence, just a little bit. It's not like street ball or college football where you're running out of the pocket doing all this stuff. These guys out there on the field are just as good as you. Oh, Grant, what you played the Vikings? That's in your division. You're playing the Lions. That's in your division. Do we say that the NFC North is the strongest division out there? I don't know about that. But to be 0-2 to start your second year in the division, I mean, Packers got lucky. We went 1-5 last year. in the division, and we still had a great record.
Yeah.
This guy's going to go 0-6 or 1-5 and not have that same record.
So I need to correct myself on that, because last week I did say they had like 9 wins last year. I was wrong. They actually went 5-12. So quick correction on myself there. I was wrrong.
Okay, yeah, you were way off.
I was way off. Ooh.
Yeah. But it kind of shows on the screen here now. But like Caleb, man, just calm the fuck down, man. You don't need to go running out all over the place and do this stupid stuff. Like, he's just got a lot of inconsistencies and a real huge lack of IQ for the game. Real huge lack of IQ.
No, you're not wrong at all. And so I agree with what you guys said. I don't need to go any deeper into that. I do want to bring this up, though, and get your thoughts on this. Again, Caleb Williams telling his punter, Tory Taylor, you're not going to punt too much here. Well, Tory Taylor has punted 92 times, which is the most in the NFL since he said that. So,
goodness.
Come on, Caleb. Come on, guys. Like, 92 times since that's a lot of punts, especially when you're telling the guy you're not going to punt much here. Just had to bring that up because, again, we like making fun of the Bears, and it feels right. So.
I feel like this is the first time that stat was ever recorded was when Caleb Williams opened up his mouth.
Probably. So, go ahead, Billy.
I was saying a little bit of foot and mouth disease with that one.
Yeah. So, since we're picking on the Bears, I got one more. I want to bring up their GM, Ryan Poles, here. I don't know if you guys remember something he said when he first was hired as the GM, but I'm bringing it up on the screen now. Basically, he said, this is back in 2022, we're going to take the North and we're never going to give it back. And since that date, we see them having gone 3-14, 7-10, 5-12 last year, and 0-2. So overall, since he said that in 2022, they are 15-38, and they have not won the NFC North. So let me ask you: did Ryan Poles jinx the Chicago Bears? Billy, give us your thoughts on that.
Oh, Ryan Poles, so adorable with his bold statements. Him and making that comment, and with Caleb making the comment to the punter. Kind of got served a cold dish of karma, and I'm here for it. So that makes me laugh. Fuck
Absolutely. It's the Bears. They're gonna bear. Luca, what do you think on Ryan Poles here, possibly jinxing the Bears and saying that?
It's just a couple bad trades. That's it. Just a couple bad trades by getting rid of a QB, by getting rid of another QB. And you just keep getting the wrong one. You keep losing a lot in these trades for what you did. Made out really, really good technically in that Panthers trade, but it's just not panning out. I don't know. The guy just has some bad luck. I don't want to rip on him too much because he shored up the offensive line this year. I just think it's major lack of IQ for the quarterback that they did get. There were others that maybe they didn't need to make certain trades to get. I don't know. You know what? To be honest, I think he just talked some trash, and now the trash is coming back to talk to him.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Not horribly ran team. He made some good moves. It's just lack of quarterback.
To be fair, though, I mean, he takes the GM job. What's he going to say? Oh, we're going to finish 3rd or 4th in division. Of course he's going to be confident, and of course he's going to say we're going to take the North back and never give it back. That's the goal every year. Just like I saw an interview with Najigba on the Seahawks. They're interviewing him after the game, and they're like, "Oh, you're a humble guy. Do you come into each week thinking you're the best receiver in the game?" And he responds and he says, "Oh yeah, I believe I'm the best receiver in the game." No, you fucking aren't. No, you aren't. Yeah. No, you aren't. But what's he supposed to say to the reporter? Nah, Justin Jefferson's better than me. Chase is better than me. Tyreek's better than me. Like, of course they're going to say that. So I don't really blame the GM for saying that, because of course he's doing that to like build morale and like drive some buzz and create some hype. But as someone who doesn't like the Bears, I also think it's comical when it comes back and bites you in the ass.
That's the best part, is we live in a world today where everybody keeps receipts, and they're going to come back and get you. And you know what? great. I think we live in that world, and I love it. So,
Clay Matthews with that thing that he did at the draft. They would totally come back at him if the Bears ended up winning the Super Bowl this year. That's coming back to bite them in the ass as they're sitting there at D.C. with Trump in the White House and everything. And we're like, oh, yeah, Trump said what? You know that they're going to do that. Hands down.
Absolutely.
They would.
All right. So let's I want to flip this script a little bit, and we're going to talk about some good quarterbacks. I think this discussion needs to be had. We need to talk about Baker Mayfield versus Josh Allen. And they're together their last 22 starts. Now, remember, Josh Allen was the MVP of the league last year. A lot of us thought that it should have been Lamar or Joe Burrow. But let's quick take a look at these stats from the last 22 starts for Baker versus Josh Allen. Baker Mayfield has thrown for 5,777 yards. Josh Allen has thrown for 400. Wow, words. Not good today. Allen has thrown for 4,984 yards. Completion percentage, Baker's at 70.4. Josh Allen's at 64.3. This is a big one here. Touchdown to interception ratio, Baker's at 52 to 18, where Josh Allen's at 34 to 10. And then look at this discrepancy in passer rating, too. Baker's at 107.2 versus Josh Allen at 99.8. Like, you guys said it earlier before, like, stats don't lie. We just don't like hearing them from Luca. So, kidding, Luca.
Yeah, I fell asleep there. You had so many stats coming out.
See, that's what
welcome
we do
to our world, bro.
Yeah, welcome to our world.
Stats.
So, but should we have that conversation? Is Baker top 2, 3 in the league? You know, is he one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL? Whereas MVP, not MVP.
I'm gonna jump in here. I love Baker Mayfield as the Buccaneers being the other team that I find myself rooting for and have years, whatever. I like seeing the success there. I don't know if it's even called a comeback story because he got bounced around a little bit, but people wrote him out.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're just like, oh, no, he's done. College superstar. He couldn't make it in the NFL. And to see how he found a home in Tampa Bay and what he's done. And now that you see these numbers, how can he not be in the conversation of MVP?
Yep.
This goes back to how many times that I've said that it's just a popularity contest. Who's selling the jerseys? Who's like the baby face of the league? And it is Josh Allen, that pretty boy. Sorry, Katie, but that's what it is. I don't know. And then I watched the game last night. Did you see him march down the field and do a game-winning drive? He can hang with the big boys. He should 100% be in the conversation of MVP.
Really, really well said. Luke, I want to get your thoughts on this. Let me know, what do you think about this? Where is Baker Mayfield in all this? Now, mind you, before you get going here, because you are a self-proclaimed GM as well. Who was the Cleveland Browns GM that shipped Baker Mayfield away for Deshaun Watson?
His name was not me.
Okay.
For
all
one,
right, so go ahead and let us know your thoughts here.
Let's put it this way: you have a quarterback that took you to the playoffs, but you weren't satisfied with him throwing 28 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, or 12 interceptions, whatever it was. It wasn't good enough for you. It was good enough for the team that you had there. OBJ and Landry, it was what it was. For him to rebuild his career off of 1 2-minute drive with the Rams, and that's what got him the job with the Bucs the very next year, hats off to Baker. I hope this guy gets everything that's coming to him. Big contracts, endorsement deals galore, and quite possibly a Super Bowl, because this guy is what perseverance is. You can't help but to be on his side because things just didn't go right for yet again a number 1 overall draft pick. But he doesn't badmouth people. He doesn't go out there and just be a complete pile. He goes out there and he becomes a leader day in and day out. As far as Haley's boyfriend or husband over there. I mean, it is what it is. Bills Mafia, not going to say anything bad about them. They're due to, if this ended up being a Super Bowl for this year, I would hands down be in love with it. If it can't be Green Bay,
Yeah.
why not Tampa? It's another Bay.
That would be a very aesthetically pleasing Super Bowl. That's for
It
sure.
would.
Mhm.
It would.
If Baker puts up those exact same stats as last year,
Yeah, it's crazy.
yeah, well, popularity contest, he should get it. He should get it.
Who you rooting for in that Super Bowl?
Oh, that's a house divided there. My wife
Yeah.
is going with the Bills. I'm going with the Buccaneers.
I'm going with the Bucks.
Yeah. I feel bad though because the
yeah.
Bills have yet to win one, and the Buccaneers have gotten two. So it's like,
Yeah, but
You
you
know
know
what?
what?
The
The
Buccaneers
Buccaneers
you gave us an MVP to somebody who didn't deserve it that year, so I have a little bit less like will and want for them to win this year. So I'm kind of more on Baker's side.
Bills had their chance 4 years in a row. At least when the
yes, they did.
Buccaneers have gone to the championships, they've won them.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is also true. That is also true.
I didn't leave my wife and kids for you guys to mess this up.
Okay.
Okay.
No,
so-
Tom Brady when he was with Tampa and
Oh,
won
so-
the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, you know, going
Yeah.
back to Baker, though, when the Browns dumped him, he went to Carolina, then to
Yeah,
the Rams.
LA. Yep.
So it's like he got bounced around the two different teams. He had some success with the Rams.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, that Baker
2-minute
brought
drive.
back, and then they dumped him again. And I'm just so glad, like I just said, I'm just so glad he found a home in Tampa Bay, because if he would have been bounced around the league and then eventually just done, you would have been able to see this potential that he's had and how he was able to hang with the big boys and be top tier quarterback.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
No, I totally agree with you guys. Well said. I do want to transition because we are homers, so we got to throw a little bit of homer talk in here. Is I do want to transition to. There's a couple things that we're excited about here in Wisconsin, we'll call it. But I do want to bring up this Love versus Rogers in their first 35 starts. We've done this in the past with first 20 some odd starts, and looking at this, I mean, yeah, okay. So Jordan Love, Aaron Rodgers, first 35 starts. Rodgers has got him in total yards, 9,800 and 9,000. Total touchdowns, 73 to 69. He's got him in interceptions, 23 to 25. He's got him in passer rating, 98 to 96. But Jordan Love has him in the record, in the win-loss record at 20 and 15 to 19 and 16. Actually, very, very close. And of all guys to be sleeping during this part is the stat guy himself, who loves Jordan Love. We're Aaron Rodgers fans. But I need to know your thoughts on where Jordan Love is progressing going into his third year as a starter and comparing that to Aaron Rodgers. Is it fair to compare to Aaron Rodgers? And where are we?
Of course, it's fair to compare to Aaron Rodgers, because Aaron Rodgers was compared to Brett Favre.
Yeah.
You're
True.
always going to be compared to the person you replace, especially when you have the most important position on the team. So of course he's going to be compared to it. That's what you sign up for. That's what he got, that huge contract that he didn't deserve. That's what he's getting. That's what he's getting paid for.
Hot take. Yep.
So I'm here for it. Looking at these numbers, it is kind of impressive to see how he's just right there with Rodgers. I mean,
very close.
Rodgers got a good chunk of yards on him. Was that 814 yards more?
Yep.
So
Sounds like 2 games he might have been out for last year.
he was not.
He wasn't going to throw 400
He was
yards.
going to throw 2 400-yard games.
But I mean, there's a chance, right? I see that.
But it's not bad. I mean, it's impressive. But he also, I mean, we saw this before. I saw a ranking or a countdown, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It was like, if you take away the rings, you take away all those team successes, who are the best quarterbacks in the league? And then I wish I would have sent it to you guys, but number 1 was Aaron Rodgers, just based on his precision throwing, his accuracy, his IQ, his knowledge of the game. So looking at this now, it's like I'm not really surprised to see that Love's numbers are right in par with Rodgers because he had one of the best mentors ever.
Yeah.
And Rodgers was willing to mentor Love the way Favre wasn't for Rodgers. So Love had one of the best teachers ever. So he should be putting these numbers up.
Okay. I like it. I like it a lot. Luca, you fell asleep. You don't get to talk through this part. So
He woke up with sticky
broken
pants.
record. Broken record. Love's got the stats. It's year 3. It's time for him to show up or shell out. I mean, the rule of 27, square root of 27 equals Super Bowl. Let's
glad you
just
brought that up.
Make it what it is. Yeah. Got to hear Amazon Prime about it. Got to hear CBS about it. Get to hear Fox about it. It's like glug, 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 glug. Congrats. Welcome to modern day technology. We all knew about this. Every Green Bay Packer fan. We don't need to hear it again. But it's looking good. If he wins the Super Bowl this year, everybody shuts up. You two shut up. Everybody shuts up. Everybody throws a little respect on Jordan Love's name. Oh, maybe he isn't that bad. Well, you know what? For the first 2 years that Aaron Rodgers were in there, weren't we all saying, oh, but he's not as good as Brett Favre. Not as good as Brett Favre.
I was clamoring for Aaron Rodgers. When Favre went out and he came in versus Dallas, I was clamoring that Aaron Rodgers was going to be a better quarterback than Brett Favre was. So,
but the first 2 years, he put up good stats, but we weren't quite there. It wasn't until he won the Super Bowl that we were there, that everybody just got a little quiet. Jordan Love does the same thing. I'll enjoy the silence.
Nah, that's bullshit. People didn't jump on the Aaron Rodgers train when they won the Super Bowl. They were on it way before they won the Super Bowl.
I agree. I think that
No
it was,
way.
It was
No
Aaron
way
Rodgers.
it took winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Everyone was all, I mean, in his first game, he made that incredible throw against the Vikings where he was like corkscrewed in his body and it was a touchdown. Everyone kind of knew, all right, this guy's it. Whereas here with Jordan Love, we're like, oh, shit, he underthrew his receiver again. Oh, receiver made the adjustment. Oh, you want to talk about quarterbacks who don't deserve the stats? It's Jordan Love right now because his wide receivers bail him out. His receivers bail him out.
Randall Cobb wasn't top tier. You're telling me that Jordy Nelson wasn't top tier. You're telling me Greg Jennings wasn't top tier.
They were top tier, but they didn't have to bail out Aaron Rodgers. They didn't have to bail him out.
Team.
No, bro. When did they bail him out? Aaron Rodgers led Jordy Nelson so that he could make the catch and cut inside on those deep bombs.
And we do that too with Christian Watson. Then he hurts himself or he drops the ball.
No, that's the problem. Is all of Jordan Love's passes are short. He underthrows his receivers all the time.
He doesn't.
Yes, he does. His receivers have to stop on their route to make a catch and bail Jordan Love out. That's why I'm not on.
Receivers don't know where they're going.
No. Okay, we're going to respectfully disagree with that. But what I'm hoping is that this year the rule of 27 does pull through for the Green Bay Packers and Jordan Love. Because you know what? If he wins it, great. I'm all on board with it. But let's talk about those who are off to a not-so-good start in trying to get to Super Bowl 60. And there might be a couple surprises on here that you guys maybe not weren't expecting at the beginning. But let's take a look at these 0-2 teams that we currently have. I know there's one, but is there anybody else on there that stands out that we're like, oh boy, 0-2, did not expect that? Billy, let's get your thoughts on what do you think about the 0-2 starts?
Well, there's two teams really that stick out to me that I am shocked are 0-2. Of course, the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, the Dolphins. I didn't think the Dolphins were going to start out so shitty. I think that coach is on the hot seat. I don't think he makes it through the season if this keeps up. Cheeseburger Reed's going nowhere. Chiefs are going to turn it around. They'll figure it out. But I think the dynasty is starting to come to an end. I think Travis Kelce is getting older. I don't think he's really good still. Like, don't get me wrong. But I don't think he's like that elite tight end anymore. He's throwing temper tantrums on the sideline again. Got Taylor stink on his finger when he comes out. he's got other priorities. He's got other priorities now. He's getting, He does a podcast. He's doing some acting. He's getting married. He's doing all I don't know. I just see that there's light at the end of this dynasty tunnel, and you have the other teams that are starting to just build up and become their own dynasty, or just start to really just overtake it. Packers being one of them with the age. I just think the Chiefs are getting a little old.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Okay, great takes. Luca, what are your thoughts on this list of 0-2 teams right now?
Yeah, I did not think week one that the Dolphins were going to lose to the Colts, especially with Daniel Jones starting. So I thought they would be at least they would be like 1-1. Kansas City's due, especially with the 2 weeks that they had. Yeah, they're due to start off 0-2. I mean, Chargers, they're not a team to mess around with, especially with Coach Harbaugh.
Right.
Another one that is a little bit surprising, I thought a little bit more highly of Bryce Young. I thought for sure with a little bit softer schedule to start that the Panthers would be at least 1-1, going up against the Shipbirds and going up against the Jacksonville Jaguars with Trevor Lawrence trying to murder every single receiver, throwing in between two players.
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah, those kind of suck. I didn't see those necessarily happening, and I'm rooting for Cam Ward as much as I knew that they were going to go 0-2. Kind of want them to be 1-1, get off to a good start, but yeah, the Panthers they should have won one of those two games. Those teams are not that good.
Yeah.
And you sure up your offense that much, and you still suck that much. I don't know.
I can agree with what you guys both said here. Obviously, the Chiefs coming in at 0-2. I don't mind it one bit. I am a little bit surprised, but I'm also happy about it. Looking at this list, you see the New Orleans Saints there with new head coach, no idea who their quarterback is. The whole Derek Carr retiring thing. They're a team that's in shambles, and I think they're the absolute worst team in the NFL right now.
Debatable.
Okay. All right. That's what we do. We debate, right? So looking at this list though, yeah, I agree with the Chiefs and the Dolphins. The Dolphins we kind of expected to have a little bit of a better season, but Tua turned the ball over is just struggling so far. He had an okay week last week until the very end of the game, but either way, yeah, the big one there is the Chiefs, and then I think we just quick talk about some of our 2-0 teams. I don't have an image for that because was just going to talk about how dominant do we feel the Green Bay Packers are with their defense and what they've done to the Detroit Lions, who had the best record in the NFL last year, and what they've done to the Washington Commanders, who went to the NFC Championship game last year. Do we think the Packers are that dominant of a defense and that dominant of a team? Billy, what are your thoughts on this? And are the Packers, is the hype to be believed on the Green Bay Packers?
I think they're getting close. I mean, as much as I want to say, oh yeah, they're a dominant force, they're getting there. And I think the defense obviously has really done a 360. Just kidding. They've done a 180. and obviously the addition of Micah Parsons is good, but their defense is just getting better and better. And Jordan Love's figuring things out. I think they're just starting to really just fire on all cylinders. And I think they keep this up. Momentum's going to be in their way. Not surprised that they're 2-0. They should be 2-0. So they're kind of, proving right that they should be respected as a powerhouse team.
Sure. Okay. Luca, thoughts?
All right. This is the last week I'm going to talk about this, and then we need to give the Packers a break. It's going to be regurgitated every single week. We're just going to be sucking on their teats of, wow, Packers defense is finally showing up. Lucas Van Ness going on the inside. Let's just say it all again. It's 2 weeks in, man. We got to give it a break. There's no way that we can be drinking that milk and biting that metal and being that guy who's 2-0 way down here on the podium. And there's still how many more weeks to go? They're looking good. But how many times have we said this defense looks good? This defense looks good. And then we get exposed in week 5. And all of a sudden our defense goes from being a top 5 defense to all of a sudden we're allowing 30 points a game. it's just too early, man.
Sure.
If the Packers can keep this going, great. What a great start. We beat the Lions and we beat the Skinmanders. That's awesome, man. Like, I could not be happier with how we started, but it's on how we finish. And we just got to see how it plays out. Like, Micah Parsons, I really hope that just him coming to this team makes this team that much better, worth every single dime in that $188 million.
Okay.
Maybe he's even making Jordan Love worth his. I don't know, man. I just don't know. Power rankings
All right.
again. Here we go.
Well, I wanted to bring up the power rankings because we were talking about some of these things, but here's what we're going to do. We're going to just switch it up a little bit.
Ooh.
We're going to take these power rankings, and this is going to be weird. I don't even know how I'm thinking about this one right now. We're going to do our very own FBC franchise bench cut, okay? But we're going to go with the top 3 teams in the NFL: Eagles, Bills, Packers. So if you had to franchise, like, that's your team, who's your backup team, and what team are you getting rid of, or what team is not making the Super Bowl, which is it going to be? So we're going to franchise bench cut the current top 3 teams per Pro Football Talks power rankings. Who's your for sure Super Bowl champion? Who's making the Super Bowl? Who's not? Let's run with this. Let's FBC this. Billy, I'm going to have you start. Let's FBC Eagles, Bills, Packers.
So you want to talk about which team's going to make the Super Bowl?
Yeah, like who's going to win the Super Bowl? Like that's your franchise.
Okay.
And then you're going to bench who you think.
Going to make it close but no cigar?
Yeah, and then you're going to get one team out of there.
Okay. I think I got it. I think in this case, franchise Bills, bench Packers, and cut the Eagles.
Okay, franchise the Bills. I am surprised.
All jokes aside about the Bills, all jokes aside about them losing 4 straight Super Bowls, whatever, it's their time. They've been knocking on the door for so long. And as I just said in the previous segment, the Chiefs dynasty is starting to come to an end. And that was their Mount Rushmore, or their Everest. That was their Everest, to get over the mountain of the Chiefs. And I think they finally can do it, although they have other strong AFC teams to get by. But the Chiefs are always in their way, and I don't think they're going to be in their way anymore. And I think the Bills are finally going to get that taste of the Super Bowl. Packers, as much as I want to be a homer and say, yeah, Packers 27 club and all this other stuff, they've broken our hearts way too many times.
Yep.
Being regular season heroes and choking in the playoffs, or breaking your heart in the playoffs. So just setting myself up for that again. The Eagles, just don't like them. So I'm okay with just saying I don't need to see you in the Super Bowl again. Although I do like Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts is a cool dude.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
And Saquon too. But
Saquon too. But they've won one already. They don't need to win another.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Luca, what are you thinking?
I saw some motion in the line, calling an audible. Ravens franchise.
That's not how this is played.
I don't care. Tell T. West the rules one time.
I do break the rules a lot.
Franchise Ravens. I think it's their year to go to the Super Bowl. Same as Billy. I don't want to be that homer and say, oh, it's going to be the Packers. I think the Packers are going to be on the bench. I think they can at least make a run to go to the Super Bowl. Prove me wrong. T. West quote again.
Yeah, prove me wrong.
And actually come in clutch. Don't let us down. Don't lose in the NFC Championship like Rodgers did. How many years? And I'm going to bench the Bills because, once again, they're going to play fiddle to everybody else's Super Bowl. As always, I feel so bad because it was so close last year, and the refs and the Chiefs were so hard to beat year over year. This year, I just – if you don't have Jair giving up over 100 yards every week to a wide receiver, I get it. Like, week 1, oof, that was bad, Jair. Week 2, well, it turns out there wasn't a receiver for you to cover because the Browns suck. Jair gets locked in again. Watch out for that Ravens defense. They looked great against the Browns. They can lock in. Watch out for the Ravens. Simple as that. I just coming back around, playing the Bills again in an NFC or AFC championship. You got to go Ravens.
Okay. We can run with that. I've broken the rules enough with the FPC that I'll allow that one.
Well,
Okay,
you didn't have a choice. I already said it.
Yeah, no, whatever. What I will say on my end here is that in this case, I am actually going to be a homer, and I'm going to franchise the Packers. Because if you're looking at everything, you're looking at the age, you have that top tier quarterback who you're paying. Now you have the top tier defensive player. You have, and everyone forgets that we signed Josh Jacobs and Xavier McKinney. We have Rashawn Gary. We have all these guys, and we're still the youngest team in the league. And we got younger with the Micah Parsons trade. But we still do have the guys that have been to the NFC Championship games in the past, right? Like, so this is going to be, if we get there, that'll be Matt LaFleur's third. And you got to believe that having failed the first 2 times around, you're going to have something in store for number 3. And if you're looking, I don't know, if you kind of look at that list there, you got the Eagles, Packers, and Buccaneers are currently the top 3 teams. And the Eagles barely squeaked out against the 0-2 Chiefs. So I think they're easily a beatable team. Same with the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers were having a hard time. These been fourth quarter wins or last drive wins just these last 2 weeks. So these top 3 teams, you got the Rams in there, the Commanders, Lions, all beatable teams. So I would say I'm going to franchise the Packers. I am going to bench I'm going to bench the Bills here. Their defense worries me because they can never stop. It's always a shootout with those guys. Mm-hmm. So their defense just never stops anybody. And then out of this, I'm going to cut the Eagles because I think you ran the tires off of Saquon Barkley last year. He's gonna have a good year. It's Saquon Barkley, but man, he's not having 2,000 yards. So, and you got AJ Dillon, who's gonna, the muscle hamster. No, not muscle hamster. It's Doug Martin. But he's gonna get, his quads are gonna get hurt just like he did here in Green Bay. So I'm cutting the Eagles. That's what I'm doing. I'm gonna franchise the Packers, bench the Bills, and cut the Eagles. So
I'll say this: Eagles don't look the same. That tush push doesn't look the same.
That tush push needs to be banned because I'll tell you why.
It's not as effective this year.
Not only that, but if you look at it, they need to start enforcing the rules because the center is always over the ball. You're supposed to be slightly behind it. Then your offensive guards cannot be as far up as they are. So they're encroaching on the line of scrimmage. The referees need to enforce the rules, and that play gets it's not 96% successful, a successful rate. That drops down to 75, 50, I'm guessing. So guys, we got a lot in this week. It's that time.
Oh, it's been 58 minutes already.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add one little plug.
Yeah,
I also think it's hilarious how Jair Alexander didn't play last week because he was yet again injured.
Was he? That's why he didn't let up 100 yards?
Yep, he was injured. He was a scratch, so
yeah.
Nah, Billy, good call out. Yes, it's
I got one more call out too.
Of course you do.
If
Know what you got?
If you have a top draft pick in your fantasy football league, and you're like, man, why aren't you performing? Why aren't you performing? Especially if it's a wide receiver, maybe look at who the quarterback is. Brian Thomas Jr., I commend you on not wanting to get murdered like DJ Moore because your quarterback wants to throw into 2, 3, 4 different backs who are all there trying to murder you because your quarterback can't locate a ball. Turns out I have him in one league. I was watching these throws. I'm like, nope, I wouldn't. I would have backed off too. Nope, that was a game winner right there. Right in getting murdered in between 2 guys. He's making a business decision. At this point, you can't really be mad at these guys for making business decisions and not wanting to get murdered. Do better, Trevor Lawrence.
Do better.
He's too busy waving off his coach, not listening to him. That's gonna be more. That's more drama brewing if that's how it's gonna be.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll say this: Trevor Lawrence is absolutely overrated. We saw that in his last game with Clemson. Choked on everything. So I've never been a Trevor Lawrence fan as a football player. Maybe a great person. Don't care. But anyway. Well, y'all, that is it for today's episode of the BRP podcast. Guys, you got any we got to close the bar downs. You got any closing remarks? I got nothing.
I spoke my piece with Brian Thomas Jr.
All right.
Well, I'll say something. One, we may not be experts, but we have microphones.
Yeah, there you go.
We had some
Mhm.
YouTube comments from someone saying he is sick of people on their casual ass takes when we were
Oh.
talking about Goff being traded. It's right there in the caption. We're just stirring the pot, bro. Get over yourself. We're just stirring the pot.
Yep.
And then another guy commented saying, "Oh, we're good in Detroit. 5 touchdowns, 0 turnovers, blah, 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 blah." Against
I
the
gotta
Bears,
agree with
homie. Against the Bears, homie.
Yeah, the Bears. Hold on now. Yeah.
But yeah, to be fair, but what I also wanted to comment back on them and say, but first of all, thank you for watching and giving your
absolutely.
opinions. We like no matter what, but it's also like if you would have watched the whole segment of that reel, we would have said, "Nah, it's not time to get rid of Goff." Luke and I both said that.
Mhm.
Secondly, Luke is a GM, grossly mediocre at fantasy football.
Oh, scored the third most points in our league and got a loss
You
because
took an L.
I took an L. Oh, but you know what, you guys?
On
you
your
wanna talk
birthday?
about my win last year
Hey,
or last week.
Hold on. Let me finish. You fuck. Let's say you took an L on your birthday. Happy birthday, Luca.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, Luca.
Thank you. You know what? It sucks scoring 232 points, like the third most points in the league for that week.
Let's get it.